Ether chapter 15 has got to be one of the most depressing chapters in the Book of Mormon. This is from the account of a prophet, Ether, who came to a wicked king in the midst of war and said, "King Coriantumr, if you and your people repent, the Lord will give unto you your kingdom and spare the lives of your people. But if you don't, you will live just long enough to see the last of your people destroyed." Ooh. And Ether chapter 15 is this amazing and sad account of how that prophecy comes to life. Coriantumr and his people did not repent, but continued in their wicked ways on into destruction. But one of the saddest things is that King Coriantumr realized, in the midst of the fulfilling of this prophecy, as his people were being destroyed, that the prophet was telling the truth. He was legitimate. He saw that his people were in serious trouble, and he begins to repent. And he has an opportunity to perhaps save the remainder of his people, but he would have to sacrifice his own life to do it, and for whatever reason that doesn't happen. So they continue in battle. It's interesting that we never know exactly how the Lord is going to bring about his purposes. Perhaps that's one of the things that prevents us from heeding his warnings, is that we can't see how the end negative result will or could come to pass, so we hesitate to believe it. In this case, a king is told that his entire society will be destroyed, and at the time he didn't perceive any potential long-term threats. All he had was a self-proclaimed prophet warning him that if he and his people didn't repent, destruction awaited. And instead of exploring that possibility, the king says, "No thanks, I'm good, but those were just your last words, you crazy prophet. How dare you insult or question my impenetrable empire?" And the people try to kill him. And we might think, well, the destruction of an entire people? That is saying a lot. How could such a terrible thing happen? They're sinning and they just become so bad that they all melt? Does the earth catch on fire underneath them because they're so wicked? Do aliens come to destroy them? No. There's a division in the society and war ensues, and they kill each other until they're destroyed out of existence. And twice in the midst of these horrible battles does King Coriantumr plead with the leader of his enemies to stop the war and that he'll give up the kingdom, but to no avail. And we're told the story until there are just 67 verses 59, and then 27 verses 32, until it's just 1 verses 1. And then it's just 1. King Coriantumr, who somehow managed to stay alive to the very end and live just long enough to see every last one of his people destroyed. Amazing account, sad account, but inspiring at the same time. Ether chapter 15. I recommend it.